What is going on, CDL fans? Maverick back, and as you can see by the title and thumbnail, we're going to be ranking every CDL map that we saw from Modern Warfare, Cold War, and Vanguard on this tier list. Remember to like and subscribe for more CDL and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 related content. Like most of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, so please sub. I'm trying to hit 100 subs by the end of the year. That being said, let's hop right into the first one, which is Apocalypse. I thought this map from Cold War was pretty solid. It came in as a DLC map, so unfortunately you didn't get to see it all year long, but I'm gonna put it in the A tier. I thought it was a good map. I liked the way it played out. I liked the way it looked and the way it just felt watching this, and overall it was a solid map. Also, to preface, this is mapped based on the viewing experience, not looked at from the competitive playing experience. This is based on how it was watching the competitive CDL matches on these maps. Then we have Arklov Peak. This one was from Modern Warfare. It was okay. I think it's like a D tier map, honestly. I believe they only played Search and Destroy on it. Overall, I didn't really enjoy this map, much like most of the Modern Warfare maps. They weren't that good, but you know, this one was all right. They were playing 5v5. If it was 4v4, this map would have been absolutely terrible, but overall I didn't really enjoy this map that much. And we have Berlin. I think this is another A tier map. This past year, obviously in Vanguard, we saw Berlin when it was added as a control map, you know, partway through the year. That was awesome, and I think this was one of the better maps that we saw from Vanguard. Azir Cave from Modern Warfare, probably C tier. Most of the Modern Warfare maps, like I said, are not the greatest, and overall Azir Cave was kind of just it wasn't really my favorite map. Then we have the one and only Cage, Bow Cage. Personally, from a viewing perspective, I think Bow Cage was S tier. It was absolutely crazy. Of course, it wasn't as tactical or strategic as a lot of other maps that we've seen in competitive Call of Duty, but it was just, I thought it was really fun to watch from a viewing perspective. High kill matches, super close and fast paced. I personally enjoyed Bow Cage a lot, and I thought it was probably the most fun, or maybe second most fun Vanguard map to spectate. Then we have Checkmate from Cold War. This map was pretty solid. I'm gonna put it in the B tier. There was something about it that wasn't always enjoyable for me. I think there was a lot of long lines of sight along the sides of the plane that sometimes kind of slowed down the action and kept it from not being too fun. I didn't like watching control on this map for some reason. I just found it super boring, and a lot of the game was just played with someone trying to control the plane, which makes sense because it was a power position in the middle of the map, but it could get a little boring watching someone just kind of like sit in the plane for a long period of time. So overall, I think it was a decent map, maybe definitely a little bit above average, and that's why I'm putting it B tier. Then we have Desert Siege from Vanguard. This is probably a D tier map for me. The map is okay. They only played Search in it, and I think it kind of fit Search and Destroy decently. There was long lines of sight, so we could see uses of snipers, which was awesome this year. Overall, there was a lot of, you know, bugs on this map with aim assist through walls. We saw that plenty of the time through the year, people swiping, trying to get aim assist through walls, through the trains. Saw a lot of that on this map. It was definitely a slower map. Some teams didn't even push the middle of the map into the main building, which really slowed down the entirety of the map, and I thought it played okay, but overall it wasn't my favorite. Then we have Express from Cold War, obviously a remake from Black Ops 2. I'm gonna put it in the S tier. I think Standoff and Raid will probably end up putting in the S tier as well. It's just a classic map. Everyone enjoyed watching it back then, and of course they were gonna enjoy it in Cold War because it would just added so much to the competitive experience. Then we have Garrison. I personally didn't mind Garrison. I thought it was solid. I think it was a B tier map as well for me. It was one of the better maps that were not DLC added on later in the year. Definitely, like Garrison and Checkmate were also, you know, they were two solid maps, and I think they deserve a good spot in the B tier. Then we have Gavutu, whatever you call it, Gav. This map was not really fun to watch. I'm gonna put it in the C tier. It definitely wasn't terrible, and there was times where it was really fun. We saw people going crazy with like assault rifles, like really frying, but overall this map was just super slow. It was very predictable for control who was going to win the offense or the defense. We obviously saw defense probably win like 85% of the rounds last year. Overall, Gavitu, it wasn't the funnest to watch. And we have Gunrunner from Modern Warfare. I'm gonna put this in the A tier. I thought this map was pretty good. I thought it played pretty well, and overall was one of the better maps from Modern Warfare without a doubt. And actually, same thing with our next one up. Acme Yard was also, I think, an A tier map. I think both of these played pretty well, and they had their, you know, they had a good place in the map rotation back in Modern Warfare. They were definitely the best map from Modern Warfare, and overall I think we're solid for competitive, as well as I enjoyed playing them in PUBG. Miami from Cold War, I'm putting in the F tier. Personally, I thought Miami was an absolutely terrible map. So dark, you couldn't even see people, you know, super long lines of sight. Pretty much sub players had no chance really playing on this map if you tried to pull out a sub. Overall, one of the worst maps I think I've personally ever seen played competitively or even in public matches. Definitely deserving of F tier in my opinion. We have Moscow. I personally think Moscow is an S tier competitive map. Say what you want about some of these maps on this list, but I thought Moscow was a classic Call of Duty map. 3 lanes, you know, you could cut through mid, short rotations and search and destroy. Overall, this map I think played really, really well in all the game modes, and I think I really enjoyed watching Moscow. It felt like I was watching a classic Call of Duty map, which I really enjoyed. Piccadilly, same thing with Miami. Put it in the F tier. It was dark. Too many long lines of sight, a lot of weird spots where you can like post up with a sniper or an AR and just see like across the map and watch crosses and beam people or snipe them. The window in like towards the middle of the map that was overwatching the one bomb site. Too many weird power positions, and this map overall has become such a meme, I think, for CDL fans. It really was one of the worst maps we've seen. Raid, S tier, I don't think I have to talk too much. Same thing with Express. You know, classic Black Ops 2 map was awesome to watch. I'm glad they added it. And I'm just going to throw Standoff in there right now, actually, as well. Same thing with that. Classic Black Ops 2 map. I was super excited when they added this in, and it was glad to see it put into the competitive rotation. And we have Ramaza from Modern Warfare. I thought this map was solid. I think I put it in the B tier. It was a good map. I think it played well. It wasn't too big like a lot of Modern Warfare maps, but it also wasn't too small, so it wasn't like insanity. It wasn't like playing on Bokage, obviously. Overall, I thought Ramaza was a solid map, and I enjoyed watching certain matches on it. Then we have the only map that I actually forgot about on this list, St. Petrograd. And this, I don't remember a ton on this map. Obviously I know they played it because I was checking to make sure I put most of these maps on there. I don't think I missed any maps. But overall, this map was just kind of buns. It was okay, but I don't really have any like good memories of watching matches on this map. I remember like, I think Methods had like a 1v2 search and destroy clutch on this map in the beginning of the year. Like, I don't really remember much from St. Petrograd, so I have to put it in D tier. And then we have Tuscan. I think Tuscan was an A tier map. I think Tuscan was really good. Arguably S tier, but I'm gonna put it in the A tier. It was definitely the best like classic-ish Call of Duty map from Vanguard. You know, you had your 3 lanes. I think it played really well in Search and Destroy. I thought it played really good in Hardpoint, and obviously played pretty good in Control as well. It was definitely harder. It wasn't as bad as Gavutu in Control, but it was definitely a good map for, I think, all 3 game modes this year, and was overall one of the better maps of Vanguard. But yeah, this is my tier list of the CDL maps we have seen so far from Modern Warfare, Cold War, and Vanguard. Let me know what you think. What was your favorite and least favorite competitive map we have seen in the CDL so far throughout its history? Let me know down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.